and it's your boy Icon with another Netflix series original review for you. Going over that too, right? And yeah, we're reaching the climax of this one because we're after the fourth stone. Well, yeah, the fourth and final stone. And in order to find that, Laura in the last episode, she basically like discovered a story of two brothers or three brothers or a daddy and two brothers. And she went down to the place where the story came from, where like the brothers came from, so she could investigate because she feels like this has the clues she needs to find the final stone. When she gets there, it turns out that instead of a temple or instead of a tomb or something where she can raid and pillage, the section where she had to go was actually a theme park. But it was a theme park based on the story that she heard as a child about the brothers. Now, we learned that Laura Croft in all her glory, she is not in any way, shape, or form instilled in the hearts of the theme park. So first of all, she just walked right in and didn't even pay the fare. Then she's like cutting lines. She's bumping into people. She stole one girl's map. And then she found in the middle of the theme park there was a golden tree because the legend says that the dragon, there was like a gold dragon that turned into a tree after he saved the world and everything. And she feels like this tree has the clues to where the final stone is. So then she just jumps over the barricade and walks up to the golden tree, finds out that it's a fake. And then security comes, picks her up and throws her out of the park. And that was hilarious. That was like extremely hilarious. So now she's trying to figure out what the hell to do. She finds Jonah, and Jonah is actually sitting in the kids' portion of the theme park because they have like a little play, like a little video that they play for the children that tells them the story of the brothers. And, you know, Laura was just like, oh, let's get out of here, Jonah. She said, this is bollocks. And then he was like, nah, because he said that this story is based on myths. And since you're the person who believes in myths and everything mythical, he said you should watch this because it'll give you it might give you clues or the information that you're seeking for. She got down to watch this whole entire thing, and I swear to Christ, this woman looked like she wanted to die. She looked like the absolute terror of her sitting down watching a children's fairy tale. You could see it on her face that she was literally dying. But then it ended up giving her the information that she needed because it said that in the story, one brother had the power of greed that turned him into a monster. His other brother tried to save him. He asked the gods to help. The gods gave him a gold dragon, and he used the gold dragon to defeat his brother. And then after that, I guess like they buried the stone in the place where it all began, because where they were, where the theme park was, that wasn't where the actual battle took place. So Laura found out where the actual battle took place, and then her and Jonah went down there to go figure out the clues. When they get there, there's a riddle that they have to solve. It's basically, it was the type of thing where it was just like in a race of the Chinese zodiac, like the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac were in a race, and you had to find out who won the race, and because they had statues of all the animals, and you had to turn the animals according to who won the race first. So Zip found it online, like who won the race first, and then the rat was like in first place, the bull or the goat was in like second, and then we later on like we got to like the rabbit, and then we got to the dragon, and I'm with Zip. How the hell did like how did the rabbit, the bull, and the rat like defeat the dragon in a race? But the Lord's just like, that's not important right now. Then when they turned all in the pig game at last, when they turned in all the statues, it opened up like a gateway portal that took them to the place where the actual stone was. And of course, Devereaux got there first. And when Laura got there, Devereaux was in the middle of digging up the stone, and he finally dug up the stone. And then Laura, at this point, she was like, well, you've beat me at every turn. I was like, you've defeated me. But she said, now maybe I'll get to reason with you. And then she told Devereaux, she was like, all this death, all this destruction, the fact that the world is coming to an end, she was like, it needs to stop. And then he was like, she's like, aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? And then he said, yeah, but that's exactly why I got to keep going, and I got to finish the mission, because I'm sick and tired of the chaos and losing family members to people like the light. So he finally took the stone. Well, they didn't show him connecting the stone to the other three stones, but he did get a massive like jolt of power, and this big explosion happened. And the explosion was so big, it kind of like knocked Laura off the roof, and she went crashing down. And then Jonah said that somebody was rolling up on her. He made it seem like it was Devereaux, but I don't think it was Devereaux. He was just like, oh, Laura, they're here. And then she was like, no, Jonah. During the battle, like Laura got shot in the arm. And while she's like laying at the bottom of the cavern, she heard Jonah crying out for help, and then she tried to pull herself up and get back to the top of the mountain. So she's climbing up the mountain through the rain while she's bleeding, and then when she finally gets to the top, she passes out. And then two people had taken her after she passed out. They placed her on a flatbed next to Jonah, and picked the two of them up and started walking away. Now, before she went into the temple to confront Devereaux, there was a message on the temple that said, when it comes to, it was something like, when it comes to greed, the thing that you want isn't the thing that you'll have, or something like that. And I think what the message meant was, the person who wants the greed, because I think this is the final one is greed. The person who wants the greed statue because they're greedy, they'll choose the wrong one. Their greed will blind them to choose the wrong one. So I feel like Devereaux took the wrong stone, because his greed basically drove him to thinking he was grabbing the right one. And that explosion, Devereaux's probably dead at this point. That explosion happened because he picked the wrong stone, because his greed pointed him in the wrong direction. So now I feel like the actual stone is still out there, and the people that rescued her and rescued Jonah are actually working with a group of people that want to protect the stone, and they're probably going to end up giving it to Laura, because it's just like, oh, you're not bound by greed, therefore you can have it. But we'll see, because it was good, because they did a good job of like not letting you know what happened to Devereaux, not knowing who ran up on Jonah. And when she read the whole thing about your greed will choose you to pick the wrong one, she said that for a reason. That was definitely for a reason. But I look forward to finding out that reason in episode 7. That was how this particular episode ended. And thank you for tuning in. So this is getting good. Like, the climax is coming. So we got 2 more episodes to go. I want to know. I want to know. Like, it's very hard, because I know I have access to the last 2 episodes. It's very hard for me to not watch them, because I want to watch them and then do the review while the information is still fresh in my mind. So it is very hard to sit here and, like, not look and not peek, not read the end of the book first to find out what happens. But we'll see, because we got 2 more to go. I'm gonna bring it all to you. So share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and let's continue to talk about it. Check out my other reviews, because I got Superman and Lois up on my channel. I got the Penguin up on my channel. Like I said, obviously we're doing that Laura Croft Tomb Raider. We got Agatha all along. I have my footage for New York Comic Con up on my channel, and we're gonna have that the NXT pay-per-view for all you wrestling fans. NXT Halloween Havoc is coming up, and we're gonna review that as well. Check me out on social media. Check me out on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, always on YouTube, where you can leave your comments and concerns. Let me know what you thought about this particular episode about Laura being at a theme park. And let's keep rolling with some more of this great action as we proceed. So that was it, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, when we find out where greed takes you, take care. And we're out this.